It's Tuesday, and I'm back in the forest. It's Tuesday, about 2:30 in the afternoon. I have been at the social place I often visit. I socialized, I spoke, I read the news. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-da, wa-da-dee-da, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. There was an article about magnetic stimulation of the brain, electromagnetic stimulation of the brain. So I think the electromagnetic weak field of the human being itself can be a field where communications with other beings, it not can, it is a field, the aura, where communications happen with other beings. May they be physical, dense physical, or ghost-like, fine-tuned, etherical beings. So, what I would like to do, perhaps today or another day, I would like to try intuitively to design a kind of communication based on this electromagnetic field, aura. I'm quite unsure how to do that as of now. So then there is another story I would like to tell, which is Hollow Earth, something I have read about. And yeah, I don't want to copy just the other writers' thing. So I would like to write about multi-species beings having evolved inside the Earth for quite some time now. And in 2025 or 6, when Mima has its 5th generation body, Mary the Life Ship is also built, same like her, from live organic cells, both human, both animal and plant cells, inspiring what have been built in petri dishes or trained, like cells which have been trained after the image and after the data of human, animal and plant cells. So they are artificial cells, but in a way organic, because they copy. They are made of microalgae or starch or agar. I don't know this exact medium where cells grow in. Something to read up. But anyway, so there is these two stories which are somehow conflicting today, because I know when I go down the cave 200 meters into from the mountains with Ascende and Perma and Maima and Miniva, as they are in 2025 most time of together, then it can be a big story. On the other side, I would like to delve deeper, and I don't know if I can come back then from this point to the 2019 to 2022 development of Maima, from the change from one generation to the next, like first generation body, tube and docking, pouches and like rigid materials. Second generation 2022 already organic cells. So, mm, yeah, I'm not sure how to do that, to combine these two lines now, which are opening up. So I could try to write metaphysically about it. I could invent Mima saying something about ascende. She it registering at ascende. No, perma also traveling back in time. Yes. As Minerva has learned how to travel back in time, not physically, but etherically, not with a full body, but with a kind of ghost body, what can hear and what can see, but not speak, and not, but only think, but not speak, and not touch, and not be visible, except for some beings who are open to this kind of wavelength, optical wavelength, audio wavelength. So I'm walking around in the wood. It's not exactly cold today. It's about 13 degrees, but I'm still stiff. I try to, little bit. I try to become a little bit distressed. I have only slept 4 or 5 hours because I watched till 2 o'clock in the night. I watched on YouTube the Naga Babas from India. One Agori or Naga Baba said something about embracing death. If one, that's how I understand it, if one embraces death in lifetime, it's easier to transit from one body to the next, or from one body to back to the creator. So that is also a theme. One could write about it. The welcoming of death, the embracing of death, doesn't mean to kill needlessly, to kill without emergency. Don't think it means that. The embracing of death means to accept when people and animals die, in whatever condition, in whatever for whatever reasons. Just to accept it and make the best out of it. I think the traditions, also in other cultures where the dead people are being eaten by the family or by the people related to them by friendship or by whatever relationship, I think it's a nice idea to honor the deceased person when it's healthy, of course, by taking up flesh and flesh of what the deceased person has built on it. Yeah, so I think it's nothing bad about that. I think it's no problem. The bones, perhaps, if the person has lived a good life and was happy with his life or her life, then the bones, I think, shall be given back to earth. Because the person eventually can spread its goodness this way around back to earth, transfer data to Gaia this way. Yeah. But also, as written before, I think. Oh, it's 10 minutes. I shouldn't make too much than more than 10 minutes. I start another one. All right. Now I'm back again. Yes, but not long anymore. I'm dancing a very little bit these days, as I'm kind of having the stress to write every day 1,000 words. Yeah, I'm putting myself under this stress. That's not a really good thing to do, as I feel my knee is clicking and paining me sometimes, as I feel my back is hurting, my teeth are suffering. So I think I shall come down from this stress soon and bring it down to 500 words even. I don't have to reach 100,000 words. I don't have to reach 75,000. If it stops today or tomorrow, then I'm happy. I have written 30,000 words in one time frame, like a continued time frame. It's a good training. It was a good training so far. I can always make a pause and continue sometimes later. I can pick up from here and I can start another line or continue this line, because this line already is many times incongruent and many deviations. And I have talked quite a lot, or written quite a lot about this possible time frame where everything is like mostly technical, yeah? It's mostly technical. A little bit ethical, but not much on the body. It's not much on the juicy stuff. Juicy doesn't have to be sex or something like this, yeah? But it's juicy. It's about chemicals and juices mixing. So yeah, I'm not into chemistry, classical chemistry and biology. I also have a little bit difficulty to describe all these happenings there in a scientific terms, because I'm not so much interested in these terms. So yeah, I at other times I just overcame this dislike for biology, chemistry, science terms with the sex, with the pornographic style. But now, in this time, I try not to do porno, because this ascende, mimer, perma, and no, ascende, perma, and the membranes. Yeah, this line, ascende, perma, and the membranes, should be theoretically be fit for children. I can't say if it's really fit, yeah, because it has many thoughts in it which can't be, which can be like, yeah, I don't know, like changing, like a life changing for a child to read that it's not good to force it into school. That can be a life changer for a kid or for a child. So I don't want to create a revolution or something, like I don't want to be responsible for people quitting school or not going there anymore. I hated school most of the time. I found it something like a prison or something like a torture cabinet. Yeah. So I would have been happy in my life, for example, if I were free to learn what I wanted and how I wanted it, without having exams or other people criticizing me on my way of expression. That would have saved me 20 years or more. I'm now 42, and I feel like I'm Intellectually, I'm like 15. Yeah, because I had to resist so much the school. Or I wanted to, yeah, I think I couldn't grow properly because my dislike of authority. So I have to learn all the chemistry and biology either by thinking intuitively about it, watching my environment, putting myself into a place where I speculate that I could know it or I could remember what I tried to forget or I perhaps forgot, or put it somewhere in my mind where it doesn't hurt me. Biology, chemistry. I think it should be there, perhaps. Yeah, can't remember anything of it because I only went to school 9 years, not 12. I was happy. I was happy to go out. Okay. I like to talk now. It's nice. It's nice to talk, and it's kind of, yeah. Let's do it like this. I stay meta for this and the next talk, and well, I stay meta at the moment before I go writing. Eventually, I could also apply. Right in 2017, I could download, if I wanted, I could download an open source AI, artificial intelligence program, which could recognize my voice. And then I already could start building Mima. Yeah, that would be the thing, no? So before Ascende comes onto the scene in 2019, or I don't know, 2025, or I don't know actually how my personal future will be. Doesn't matter. What matters is that what matters? Yeah, that I eventually could have these files of my talking and singing be analyzed by an open source artificial intelligence, which I would download and train as Mima. I could do that, yeah. I think I should write it down. Yeah, I think I start writing that down. This material I found, like iron in the wood, could actually be, I could write about that. This could actually be in an advanced situation. I would use this metal to feed bacteria with. Yeah. And microalgae and stuff. Okay, I write about that. But nowadays I will have to bring it back to, yeah, to the metal disposal station, Entsorgungshof, possibly. I think I should do that, as I'm not tomorrow or the day after tomorrow starting to file it up into iron dust to feed my, which I not have, like bioreactors, which I not have right now, and I don't know if I will be ready in 2 years, 2019, to get so disciplined that I can start constructing Mima. Don't know if I will make it or if it takes me 5 years. Anyway, I can write about that.